Distinguished one viewer. We're currently witnessing a shift where probabilistic modeling meets sonic architecture, where platforms like Suno and Udio utilize generative adversarial networks. They transform architectures to synthesize patterns from vast data sets. They remain tethered to the past, capable only of derivative interpolation. So what I mean is that true music is not a statistical likelihood. It's a transgression of logic, so to speak. A machine can calculate perfect frequency, but it can't comprehend emotional weight of a blue note or the intentionality of a rhythmic imperfection. Humans possess the unique ability to do these things. So in other words, we have a built-in swing, so to speak. We have the ability to interject a visceral experience into sound, transforming raw data into soulful resonance. Ultimately, AI offers a mirror, but only the human spirit provides the light. The ghost in the machine. Beyond algorithmic composition, we find ourselves at a peculiar crossroads in musicology, where the traditional labor of the composer is being challenged by latent space exploration. Contemporary AI music platforms are not merely tools, they are sophisticated inference engines capable of mapping the statistical distribution of human creativity. By leveraging deep neural networks, these systems perform what we might call creative interpolation. The ability to navigate millions of data points to predict the most profitable next note. However, we must distinguish between pattern recognition and artistic intentionality. The logic of derivative synthesis. AI functions on the principle of the, quote, mean, end quote. It excels at the mimetic reproduction of genre because its objective is to minimize error relative to a training set. In this sense, AI is a prisoner of the archive. It can simulate the, quote, style of Rachmaninoff, or a Rachmaninoff concerto, or a Delta blues track, but it operates purely on syntax, the rules of the language, without any access to the semantics, the actual meaning behind the sound. 2. The human element, transcendence over probability. Human superiority in the arts is found in our capacity for divergent thinking. While an algorithm seeks the most probable outcome, a human artist often seeks the most meaningful one, which is frequently the least probable. Contextual resonance. A machine doesn't know what a minor chord feels like or that it feels like grief. It only associates grief with metadata tag associated with that frequency. Or the word grief, actually. A machine does not have feelings. The power of error. Great music often lives in the glitch, the slight rush of a drummer's tempo, or the strained crack in a vocalist's throat, or the swing, as I said earlier. These are not noise to be filtered out. They are the markers of finite existence. In an era of algorithmic abundance, the role of the human shifts from the laborer to the architect of the intent. We must remember, while a machine can generate a masterpiece through sheer mathematical brute force, it cannot witness its own creation. Art's a bridge between two consciousnesses. Without a human at either end, music is merely a high-fidelity vibration in a vacuum. The machine gives us the what, but only the human spirit can provide the why. One might say, well, AI is just a tool. Well, isn't it just a tool like the synthesizer or the DAW? Why is this any different? There's a fundamental ontological shift between a tool and an agent. A synthesizer is a passive extension of human intent. It requires a human to define the parameters. AI, however, functions as a black box collaborator that makes aesthetic choices for the user, if you can call them aesthetic. They have to be programmed. When we outsource the creative leap to an algorithm, we're not just using a new brush, We're asking the brush to decide what to paint. The loss of agency is the loss of the artist. One can say, human is an algorithm. Aren't humans just biological algorithms trained on their own data of past music? Interesting argument. But that's a reductionist view of consciousness. While humans do learn from influences, we possess subjective experiences, qualia. An AI knows a C major chord through statistical frequency. A human knows it through his relationship to memory, culture, and physical sensation, and, dare I say, emotional content of the sound. More importantly, humans can engage in radical innovations, creating a new genre that has no historical data to support it. AI can only look into the rearview mirror. Humans can look at a blank map. One might say, Turing test. If a human can't tell the difference between AI, then doesn't the distinction become irrelevant? Not at all. This confuses perception with value. We might find a lab-grown diamond indistinguishable from a natural one, but the natural one holds value because of its history and the conditions of its formation. Art is a communicative act. If I discover a beautiful poem was written by a random number generator, the connection I felt evaporates because there was no one on the other side trying to tell me something. Value in art is derived from shared vulnerability, not just the final output. Democratization, you may say. Doesn't AI produce democratized art for those who lack technical training? This is laughable. It democratizes production, but it risks devaluating the process. The friction of learning an instrument or mastering theory is often where the most unique artistic voices are forged. By removing the barrier to entry, we also remove the crucible that forces original thought. We may end up with a sea of adequacy, an infinite supply of perfect, polished, yet ultimately hollow compositions. Think about it. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave a comment. I actually read from a script this time. Have fun making music. Go to my Patreon. I'll teach you some stuff you didn't know, or just give you some free samples.